Hey Warp Wide Wargamers! Here for another video. Today we are going to do an unboxing of the new Necron Codex, the special edition. I am the special edition Codex and you're not. And going through this journey with us today will be none other than Necroguardsman. And so without further ado...
Hey guys, this is Brad with Warp Wide Wargaming, the Necroguardsman as you might know me. I was lucky enough to get the new special edition Necron Codex, so I figured I'd share it with you guys on the side here. I figured I'd just start by going over, what came in the set here. Of course, you get the normal Codex. It's got some different art on the front. It's a little shinier. It comes with a nice little tab you can see here, holds it all together. Fabulous artwork inside. A lot of new art. You don't get that with most of the new Codex that come out. It's all new art inside, which is really great. Otherwise, it came in this nice new box. Usually you get the Codex and just as a book opens. And a lot of the special editions that have been coming out come with these boxes. This is the coolest one. It kind of slides open from the top. You can see it kind of pulls out like that. I got number 689 out of 1,000, so I really feel lucky with that. Other than that, it came with these cool really data slates here, data sheets. Just basically the Codex again in mini. It has everything but the war gear, like see there, it's got all the data slates, which is really neat. Also, you get objective markers, which is something Games Workshop's been doing recently, and with all their collector sets is getting these cool objectives which are numbered for their new Maelstrom missions. You can use them with the Eternal War as well, but other than that, it's just really cool to have it as part of your collector, because the only place you can get is the collector edition. The final piece that came with the collector set was this new map. I'm not going to open it all the way because it just would be huge in the shot, but you can see it's got like parts where the dynasties lie inside the galaxy, and then on the back of it as well there is the new Decurion formation. You can kind of see it like that. But it's really cool. You get a map with basically every collector's edition comes out now, and it's just it's really special. Makes you really feel like you got something that is collectible and you can enjoy for years to come. But other than that, I wanted to go over some of the new changes to the Necron Codex. There's been some big changes for good and for bad for the Necron players. A lot of things that needed to happen. Of course, Mind Shackle Scarabs is completely different now, in which I can hear some of you yelling from here that's great. Main changes are the reanimation protocols. Before, as you know, they were always taken after you'd already taken the wound, you laid the Necron down. And then after the phase, you would roll to see if you got back up, generally on a 5-up, maybe a 4-up if you had an old school res orb. That is now more akin to a feel no pain roll. Kind of comes at the same time as feel no pain. If you do have feel no pain, you have to choose though, so that's completely different. There are ways to get buffs on that, including the formations and res orbs and different characters you can add to the unit. That's by far probably the biggest change to the Codex. Really functions, makes the Necrons, I think, a little harder to kill statistically. We'll go over that in maybe a follow-up video on down the road. See, some play it a couple times, see how it really works. Other than that, the next biggest change, in my opinion, would be the rework to gauze. It basically works the same way it used to, only now instead of just glancing on 6s, it always auto wounds on 6s. You still get saves. It's not like it's rending or anything, but it auto wounds. So now Necron warriors, the general warrior can hurt anything in the game, including Wraith Knights, Wraith Lords, Transcendent Satans, even though that'd be weird fighting against Necrons, but they can hurt anything in the game. So your basic warrior basically kind of became one of the best units in the game, which is huge. I mean, you always want that in your Codex, so way to go Necrons. Another change is all the different crypt tech flavors you could have had before. You had all the Eternity techs, Chrono techs. They all basically went away and got shrunk down into one crypt tech, which himself, he's called Techromancer now. He has basically an old school res orb. It adds one to your reanimation protocols. Can't take any of that cool war gear like the Haywire Staff or the Lightning Field. And really, it takes a little flavor out of the Codex, but it kind of needed to have it because there's some really broken builds you could do with those crypt techs. I know I exploited a lot of them in my competitive gaming, and as much as I love them, they kind of needed to go away. Throughout the Codex though, including like your Praetorians, a lot of the elite units, Praetorians, Light Guard, all saw major point reductions, which is great because they're fabulous models. Nobody ever played them because they're just too much to put on the field. And I think you're going to see a lot more of those come out, especially with some of the formation buffs you can do with them. They become very hard to kill and very effective at killing other things on the tabletop. Living metal changed a little bit. It now basically gives you an ill will not die on 6-up for all your vehicles, which is actually kind of huge, to be honest. Another big change was, like I said, mind check on scarabs went away. You no longer can make somebody hit themselves in the face. It's just a fear check now, which is needed to go away, but I think they debuffed it a little bit too much. Tesla is the exact same, however it does not work on snapshots. So no more downing flyers, no more jinking and hitting double time. So it kind of takes a little bit of the firepower of the Necrons, but they got buffs in other places to compromise for it. Finally, the big thing that everybody's, I think, going to tap into in the competitive scene is the Decurion, which is the Necron detachment. It's a little bit different than normal detachments. You normally have your Combined Arms detachment or CAD, followed with an Allied detachment, and then you got all your Codex specific detachments like Inquisition, Legion of the Damned, the Great Wolf, Gazi from Orcs. But this one's the Decurion. It completely changes the way Necrons can function. It's basically you take they call it core units, and then on top of that you take 1 to 10 formations, which are inside the Codex. And each formation allows you to do something else with those units inside that formation. Necrons are special that models can be part of a formation and a detachment at the same time, which is completely new. But it's really cool, and it adds a lot of buffs, which is really neat. We're going to go over those in future videos on how to put your list together and how to play competitive with the Necrons, which honestly isn't going to be hard because they're Necrons and they need to be scary, and they are. But we'll catch up with you. Remember to share, like, and subscribe, and we'll catch up with you on down the road on a follow-up video. Thanks.